There is an old saying, don't be too straight because straight trees are cut first. Through today's story, you will learn powerful ways to protect yourself from being deceived, without losing your kindness. Emotionally weak people are often taken advantage of. We see this everywhere around us. Those with soft hearts, people who are compassionate, sensitive, and kind, are always ready to help others. But sadly, in return, they are often betrayed. So the question arises, should a person stop being emotional? Should we stop trusting people? Should we stop helping others? Is being kind and compassionate a mistake? Is sensitivity a weakness? In reality, sensitive people usually have the purest hearts. They care for others, they love deeply, and love itself is an emotion. In fact, love is one of the most important steps on the spiritual path. So how can a person live in society as a good, compassionate, and kind human being without allowing others to exploit them? The young man in the forest. Once a young man was standing in a forest punching a tree with all his strength. Again and again he struck it. He was trying to release his anger. Someone had betrayed him badly, and he was deeply disturbed. His fingers were bleeding, but his pain inside was far greater. In the same forest there was a cool, flowing waterfall. Every evening a monk came there to bathe. It was his daily routine. That day, as the monk passed through the forest, he saw the young man screaming, crying, and punching the tree. No one else was around. The monk grew concerned. He thought, what if I leave him like this, and he harms himself? Still, the monk said nothing. He simply stood there silently watching. At first, the young man ignored him. But after a while, it felt strange. He thought, this man isn't stopping me. He isn't saying anything, he's just staring at me. What kind of person is this? Finally, the young man shouted, why don't you go on your way? Why are you standing here watching me? The monk calmly replied, I am not stopping you. I am not saying anything. So why are you disturbed by me? These trees, birds, and plants are also watching you. If they don't bother you, why do I? Hearing this, the young man burst out, I am troubled by everyone. I hate everyone. People are selfish and deceitful. No one belongs to anyone in this world. He broke down and cried uncontrollably. The monk still remained silent. This angered the young man even more. He stood up and said, you're a strange man. Someone is crying in front of you and you don't even comfort him. You have no compassion. What kind of monk are you? He vented all his frustration. When he finally stopped, the monk spoke softly. Today, I could give you my shoulder. I could wipe your tears, but that would not solve your problem. For a short time, you might feel better. Then you would return to the same life, the same people, the same betrayals, the same pain. Instead of wiping your tears, you need wisdom, so that no one can deceive you again and no one can misuse your goodness. Remember this, you will find many people to wipe your tears, but those who give you true understanding are very rare. Lessons by the waterfall. The monk said, I am going to bathe at the nearby waterfall. The water is cool and pure. If you want, you may come with me. The young man followed him. It was a full moon night. The forest was silent. Dry leaves crunched beneath their feet. Moonlight illuminated their path. As they walked, the young man said, your life must be peaceful. You have no worries. You don't know how cruel people can be, especially those we love the most. Sometimes it feels like this world is not made for kind people, but for liars and manipulators. They succeed. They enjoy life. People like us suffer. I feel like leaving this world and becoming a monk too. The monk smiled gently. Do you think a monk's life is easy? He asked. Sometimes we don't even get food. We sleep on the ground, own nothing, and endure every season. Struggle exists everywhere, in worldly life and spiritual life. Then he said something important. If you want to renounce life because you are hurt, your renunciation will fail. Instead, learn how to live wisely. The monk's life-changing advice. First lesson, people who are emotionally weak are targeted first. If others sense that your heart melts easily, they will create stories of suffering to use you. Be kind, but never advertise your softness. Be compassionate. but appear firm. When people believe you cannot be easily manipulated, they will move on to easier targets. Second lesson, do not trust too quickly. Trust built in days, breaks in days. Time reveals character. Give relationships time. Observe actions, not words. Third lesson, beware of flattery. Those who praise excessively often have hidden motives. If you are not impressed by praise, manipulators lose interest. Avoid showing off. Show-offs attract exploiters. Fourth lesson, help wisely. Before helping someone financially, ask yourself, will this harm me if it's not returned? Give only what you can afford to lose without pain. Fifth lesson, learn to ignore people in the beginning. Those who stay despite being ignored are genuine. Those who leave were never real. True relationships survive disagreement and distance. Final and most important lesson, keep your eyes, ears, and mind open. A person's intentions are visible in their eyes, words, and behavior. Observe how they treat others. Ask about them. Verify before trusting. Blind trust causes regret. Wise trust brings peace. Ending. After bathing in the cool waterfall, both felt lighter, cleansed. They walked out of the forest and went their separate ways. Friends, be kind, but be wise. Be compassionate, but be alert. Goodness should be protected, not sacrificed. If you like this story, subscribe to Think Bigger Stories for more motivational and life-changing content. Thank you for watching.